Hello, EDCI 708, the Charlotte crew. Dr. Palermo with a week 11 video message for you. So, we've been shut in for a couple of weeks. How are you? How is life in isolation? Are you well? I hope that you will be well and take care of yourselves and your loved ones. I've been staying well along with my wife and taking care of loved ones. This past week, I was fortunate to be blessed with a healthy grandson. Miles James Palermo was born last Tuesday, and there's a picture of proud grandpa. So that's what I've been doing this past week, along with my wife, helping my son and daughter-in-law. And I hope that life is going on well in your world as well. I'm trying to keep a normal life going for my family. I know you're working hard to do the same for you, for your kids, for your school kids. Pollen's falling in the meantime. The flowers are blooming. Life does go on, and graduate work goes on too, sort of. So I'm trying to keep a normal flow. The evidence work, writing, editing, submitting, that is the normal flow for you at this time of the semester. Work, edit, submit, work. Yeah. There is no word yet exactly what the summer semester will be like, except I see that Dr. Brown has been named as your instructor for 710, and I see something posted here about book club. So in 710, you participate in a cross cohort sharing book club, and so that was to sign up for a book that you like, I think. And in our world, standards, chapter 9 is about test users. Now, the first time I read that, I thought, are we talking about the kids? No, we're talking about test consumers. So that's school districts and administrators and those of you in schools. And I want you to really reflect on this narrative at the beginning. Certainly do look at the standards and check out some of the individual items there. But standards in this chapter provide guidance with regard to test administration procedures and decision-making in which tests play a part. So we're talking again primarily about standardized tests. Test users who oversee testing and assessment are responsible for ensuring that the test administrators who administer and score tests receive the appropriate education and training needed to perform these tests. So rights and responsibilities of test users. Chapter 9. There is a reading. I've closed one discussion board, but asked you to respond to another about, sure, what squares with your thinking, what's still rolling around, and what would you change? If you're not familiar with this old Southern Regional Education Board protocol, the circle, square, triangle, again, what's rolling around, what are you still wondering about? What squares with your thinking means? What, aha, yeah, that's true in my world. And what might you change, the delta? What might you change based on your reading? So respond there for Standards Chapter 9, please. You'll notice that someone, Barbara Clark, has checked out the citations, correct citation for our executive order from Governor Roy Cooper in North Carolina closing schools. So I'll bet you are going to say something about that in your PLCPB or CDP. Here's how to cite it if you hadn't seen that already. And we are coming up on the time for the PLCPB to go into Blackboard for formative feedback from me. You do need to run it through Turnitin first. I think I've opened 8 submission slots there. I hope that'll be enough for you to submit once or twice if you want to. But do get a proficient Turnitin originality report, please. With your submission of the PLCPB for formative feedback, please do include the Turnitin report. I can see the score, but definitely attach your self-assessment along with a Word document for the PLCPB. You'll turn it into me. I'm going to try my best, especially with Easter coming up, to turn those around for you pretty quickly, and then do clean it up, make the changes recommended, and then submit to TaskStream for the final summative assessment. So PLCPB is due this week. Next week is an Easter break, so there is no additional work this next week. Do work on your PLCPBs and your CDPs. And I think that's the whole of it from me this week. Not a whole lot. Again, it's that time of the semester where you need to buckle down and get your evidences written and get them into me for formative feedback. Thanks. Please do reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. I am glad to respond either text or email. And I did run into one snag this past week where I was trying to work from my son's house, but generally speaking, each day I'll be checking in with you and can provide some feedback on a question or a concern. I'd be glad to Zoom with you on short notice if you need some face-to-face contact. Thanks. Be well. Take care of yourselves and your families. See you soon.